that you will need 8 eggs, 16 ounces of butter, 16 ounces of sugar, 14 ounces of flour, 3 ounces of cocoa powder, and 4 2/3 teaspoon of baking powder.
We also got a bowl for mixing, as we're measuring out. We've got scales, and we've got a sieve and some cake pans.
We also have some aluminum foil and a knife.
Aluminium.
It's fine. And a green spatula. So that's great.
Let's get started.
First off, we're going to measure out the sugar and the butter because we need to cream those together. Oh dear. So we need to measure out 16 ounces of this. Would you like to pour?
Sure.
Sugar.
That's 1 on the big one.
Yeah.
You won't be see the
You
thing.
can pour it quite heavily to start with because it's not going to make. It's not.
We can always grab a spoon and spoon some out.
It's going to be quite a lot. So tip it. You need 6 more ounces.
That might be all of it.
It might be the whole thing. You look, you've got 15, you need 16. So just 15 and a half. Quarters. And, there you go. Perfect! Boom.
Right.
So we're going to put this to the side and we're going to measure out the butter. So we need to set that back to 0.
After that one?
Yeah, so we're going to cut up the butter into little chunks to make it easier to mix, like these ones.
Oh.
Skills.
How many ounces are you at?
4 3/4. So we're going to
The
chop
end
up
of one.
this one. We've been sitting this butter out for a while, so it's a bit soft, and we can use it easier because
Because if you don't keep yours in the fridge, then
it's fine. You don't need to worry. Do you want to cut?
No, it's fine.
okay.
Should have cut it when it was a little bit colder. We got 6 ounces. Delightful.
It's a very interesting video.
Well, we'll cut out lots of this to make it kind of swift and
Give us a smile.
creepy smiles.
Okay.
We're almost there. This is a lot of butter.
Wow.
Oh wait, no, I measured this. It would be basically the whole thing.
Butter is very healthy, and that's why we're putting it in the cake.
That is not quite true.
A little bit.
Oh, okay, we've got enough. We don't need to cut that.
Alright.
Okay. Do you want to put this over by the sink? Not in it. You can put it beside it. Right. Okay, we're just going to wrap this back up, and you can keep these butter packets if you want to grease the pans with, because they've still got like a little bit on them, like this. So you can keep this and grease the pans with them, or you can just throw them away, whatever you want.
Which we will be doing, greasing the pans, yes?
Yeah. So I'll.
You can also
save this.
use the other thing, can't you? There's something else you can use instead of greasing the pan. Can you?
You can use oil.
I never use oil, but I guess you can.
I thought you could use a baking parchment or whatever.
Oh, no, so you use baking parchment. You can use like Pam, which you get in America, but we don't have that.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to move over to the whisk. Okay, so over here we've got our stand mixer with the, I can't remember what attachment this is.
It looks like
It looks like this.
It's a big cake.
I don't think it's meant to look like
It's
that.
not the whisk one and it's not the dough hook. It's this one. You can see it.
Does it usually look like a K?
I don't think so. I think it's because of the brand. So we're going to pour in the butter.
Butter.
Do you want to grab the spatula?
A spatula.
You don't need to video that.
It's green, by the way.
It's already on the tape.
Okay, and we're going to pour in the sugar also. And then we'll just stack those bowls and send this down. We'll turn it up. Oh dear. There you go. We'll set this going and leave it there while we prepare the rest of the stuff. We're going to weigh out 14 ounces of this. And
8 eggs, which we don't weigh.
We don't weigh out the eggs. So we're going to start with the eggs so you can get that out of the way. And this bit is more complicated. So I like to do this technique where you crack the eggs into one bowl and then you move them across into the other bowl so that you can easily not get shelling. Especially this works when you've got a lot of eggs, because digging around in like 5 to 8 eggs, one piece of shell is very difficult. So Do you want to crack the eggs?
Sure. Alright, so if you didn't know how to crack an egg with one hand, it's pretty simple. You just hold the egg like that. You see? You see? Like
Yeah, I
that,
see.
Like that.
The two
Okay?
fingers and the two fingers and the
Yeah.
one thumb.
Wait, two. So like this.
Like this, yeah. And then you crack the part that's shown here. Anywhere.
I crack it on the side. I always.
Until it's like already running out, but then you
Ooh.
want to pull apart the
Yeah.
outsides. So that wasn't the best, but we'll get a better one.
Well done. While you guys are doing that, I'm just gonna have a quick look. Look at that.
Oh no, this isn't gonna work.
Now that's a cool egg.
Whee!
So like how I would do it is I would crack it into two pieces, but that with having one egg, it's still just got the whole shell. That's cool. Watch the last one.
No, that's not gonna work either.
Oh, that was perfect. That just kind of blobbed out. You didn't even have to crunch that.
Can I take this one or do you want this?
No, you can do it.
Oh, we already done.
Yeah, I think so. I
Very
completely failed.
fast.
Right.
We're just gonna go wash
Right.
our hands and then come back. So we're just gonna put these off to the side while we measure out our dry ingredients. We're gonna measure out 14 ounces of flour. Do you wanna?
Sure. What else are we doing?
We are going to. I'll do the teaspoons of baking powder. Oh wait, that one messed up. One.
What are you trying to say?
Oh.
Just getting the scales to
A
work.
giant mess.
It's okay, we can call this.
There you go.
No,
Yeah, we can.
fine. I'll put it in the blooper reel.
We're gonna have a blooper reel as long as the actual video.
No, I'm not gonna have quite a lot of that. I won't have it.
You can pour quite a lot because
Yeah.
so tip it. So tip it. So tip it.
I know.
Full tip.
Very good.
I could just stick it like this.
And we'll get our heads.
Pardon? I'm not getting the heads anyway. Just a different angle. And gives my hand a rest. Do you guys get no shell in those eggs?
I have no clue.
Is that a bit of shell? Is that a bit of
I think it's just part of the egg.
mesh?
Oh, so close.
Well, the shell is part of the egg.
Alright.
Is that
Okay,
14?
so we've got 14 ounces. We're gonna do one.
By the way, I will get better at doing this camera. I'm not very good at keeping my
Two.
hand steady.
You're doing great.
3,
And
4, and we don't really have a third teaspoon measuring that I can find, so I'm just gonna put a bit in. That's okay. And then we're going to. We've got another bowl here with a wide rim so we can fit the sieve in, and then we're going to pour this all in there.
I didn't know we had that bowl.
It's
I
a
don't know
very
where it
nice
came
bowl. It's pink.
Okay. There's like lots of different ways to sieve, but I find this is the quickest.
Can you mind the whim? We're losing a lot.
Well, it's okay.
It
It
is a
won't
lot,
actually be a lot. It looks like more than it is.
We're losing a lot. Very quick. Well done.
Yeah. Oh, not a lot. That's not a lot. Oh dear. Okay, now we're going to measure out 3 ounces
Let's
of
go back in the.
cocoa powder. Yeah, I know. 3 ounces of cocoa powder.
Okay, here's a question. If you were doing a not chocolate cake, would it be the same recipe? Just
No, so
pound
when
more
you,
flour?
when you make a normal cake not chocolate, you're going to use the same amount of flour as sugar and butter. So what you do is you do however many eggs you need, and then you double that amount and use that many ounces for each of the other 3 ingredients. So if I was to do a full egg batch, I would do 8 ounces of flour, butter and sugar. But when you change it to a chocolate cake, we usually take out 2 ounces of flour and add in 3 ounces of cocoa powder.
So you're adding an ounce to the whole recipe in total.
Yeah.
Is that 3 ounces of chocolate straight?
No. It's quite light.
Good question.
Oh, okay. Okay, that one bag is 3 ounces.
What about that bit?
A little bit more.
Right there.
I'll put in the rest of this bag because it's pointless.
Sorry for the fuzzy view. Just when you zoom in and out, it kind of goes fuzzy.
Probably a bit foggy because of all the. That's a mess. Right, we're gonna sieve this. Do you want to sieve the cocoa powder?
Sip the cocoa powder.
And then. Brilliant. I love the smell. I'm sure you're right.
Look, you can see yourself. Oh wait, that's perfect. I can see through this while you guys can see yourself. Hi.
Okay, so this is like a bit lumpy, but what we can just do is use this and it just pushes right through. You only don't want it to go through if it's actually gonna be too hard to go through, if that makes any sense.
You want it to go through constantly unless it's actually really big.
Okay, so this is all our flour, this is all our eggs. We're gonna move over to the other. Okay, so we've whipped this up. It's about light and creamy. You could do it for more, however light you want your cake. You can just whip it and whip it and whip it, but you can't do a lot more once you add the flour. So this is about as light as we're gonna get it. It's just kind of gone paler than the butter is naturally, and then kind of you can get the spatula through it pretty easy, and that's all we're kind of looking for. Now we're gonna start adding the other ingredients. The way we do this is
Say we're not on screen.
That's fine. The way we do this is by adding a spoonful of the flour mixture and then a bit of the eggs. Wait, no, that's wrong. The way we do this is by adding the eggs and then adding the flour afterwards in kind of spoonfuls. So if we want to just pour in the eggs, guys.
Okay,
You can do it.
I feel like
Penguin
I just
power.
can't see this.
You can just do it.
Get a bit better view on that.
Oh my.
Johnny, if it's short enough, you need to crouch. Then put it higher up.
No, it needs to be viewed in on this. What am I doing?
So now Jolly's gonna pour in the eggs.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, just
How
pour
much?
in all the eggs. All of the eggs.
Nice. Good job.
And all of these.
Yep, all the eggs.
Fantastic.
Good. Go around the back. Perfect. Okay, now do you want to put those bowls on top of each other? And I'm going to move in. We're going to whip this up, but we're going to add a little bit of flour so it doesn't split. Oh! Okay. What I forgot to point out is we're going to add this kind of plastic shield that comes with
Yours not.
with the machine. It depends. If you don't need it, you can put a tea cloth over the top if you think that's going to help. But just be careful it doesn't get caught in the beaters.
Or if you're not using the mixer and you're using like a. So
It's okay. It's not too big of a problem, but you can lose some of the flour if it goes everywhere. So we're going to use this. Another option is adding, when you add the flour, beating it in really slowly to start with until it's all kind of combined in, and then you can do it on high speed afterwards.
I'm there you go.
We're going to start adding the flour bit by bit, and we'll cut through the video so you don't have to watch it.
Actually has some pretty mean in it. Alright, we're back. While we will wait for this mix, we preheat the oven to.
Who knows? Okay, our oven is really bad. So, I'll put the right temperatures you need for the cake in the description of Jolly's video, so that on Jolly's channel, so that you
I
can
can
find it
it'll
out.
also be on his because I'll message you and you
But
can put it on yours.
I couldn't for the life of me tell you what it is right now.
Nice.
Okay, so we just clean that off and dunk it. Can you put it in that pink bowl over there? No. There you go. Okay, so we're going to move over to greasing the pans. Okay, I'm going to show you how to grease one of these pans, and Sebastian will do the other one along with me.
Yep.
Okay, so you're going to get
Wait.
some butter. I'll use this, and you can try and
Sorry
use
for that bad video. Like that. I'm gonna go on your one and then I'll swap over to yours.
Cool. So I'm just going to get, instead of using the packet, I'm just going to use a little bit of tin foil You can do this with your hands if you want to, but I'm just going to try and use the foil instead. Pinch a bit of butter and spread it all over the pan, the base and the sides of the pan. It doesn't have to be perfect, just enough that foil will stick in there.
Well, we have to grease the foil.
Yeah.
So grease.
So you grease a little bit on the bottom to stick the foil in, then you grease the foil, and then you pour flour over the top. This is like the most comprehensive greasing of the pan that you can do that I know of. But
Can we see a thing? Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Well done.
almost there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pull off
Stand back.
big sheets of foil. We're probably going to do that bigger. So we'll put that in your tin.
Thank you.
Smooth it down in the middle and then push it out to the sides and then up and tuck it over the edges of your pan.
So it looks like it's like a crystal pan now from this angle.
I'm just going to push it on the centre, smooth it out gradually until it reaches the outside of the pan. If you've got long nails, try and not pierce through the tin foil.
I'm going to say again, sorry for the bad videoing, because this is heavy, my hand's aching, and
And then really
Never
pinch
used
it at
one of
the
these
sides
before.
so we don't like alter the shape of the cake when we put it back in. And any excess I'm just going to pinch over the edges of the pan so it's not like this.
Right.
And it's okay
I
if
did
some of the pan is
something.
going through and some of it isn't. That's fine.
Here we've got, is this okay? We've got a little bit of pan visible.
Yeah, that's fine. So we can have some of the pan visible or none of the pan visible. You might want to just push in that bit there where it's.
Right, now Lavinia is starting on the...
Seb will also need to do this now because he used the butter on the thing. Cool. Now this is to be a little bit more consistent because we're going to be putting flour on it, and flour will like not obviously not stick to when it isn't greased. So
We're gonna do these two, and then we're doing enough mixture for 3 of these pans. Do we know how big these pans are?
no, they're 8-inch round pans from IKEA.
8-inch? What does that mean? Does it mean 8-inch diameter or radius?
Obviously, this is more than 8-inch round. So it's
Radius is from middle to one edge.
Oh no,
circumference.
it's more than 8. It's 8 inches.
So it's
like
like
this.
this.
This line here is 8 inches. This line and then
Okay,
any
so
line all the way across. The
any line of symmetry. Say that.
You're being smarter than all of us.
Thank you, Jolly, for videoing and for everything else.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So this is about done. Just make sure that
Any bits that
any
are.
bits of exposed pan is also still kind of done.
I'm just gonna get a wide shot.
This is what I like to do. I like to put some flour into the first pan and tap it around, and then pour the leftovers into the next pan so that we don't spill.
Oh, the
everything.
lighting's gone really weird. Come on, focus.
So I kind of just let it go around all
Camera.
the edges and then all the bottom, and then push it all onto the edge, and then rotate and tap. Then I'm going to pour out the rest of it, put it on top, and bang, because it always collects in the corners, so you don't want like tons of flour in your cake, like tons of unmixed in flour in your cake. So I'm going to start on this one whilst that's doing that.
Action.
Okay, so we're just going to fill up these trays like evenly-ish. Okay, just remembered something, but it's okay. Nothing too important.
And do you want to fill it all the way, or how much would you want in there?
We're just going to divide the batter into 3, and it will kind of just make a layer around the bottom of the cake.
Just going one blob in one blob in the next one, one blob in the
I
next
found
one.
that for these 8-inch trays, 2 eggs per tray is a little bit not enough, especially if you're like it's not been whipped up very well because it can get a bit hard and like a biscuit rather than cake. And 3, you don't need 3. It might make it too big. Like if you want a really high cake, you might want to. You probably won't. If you want a really high cake, you might want 3 eggs per tin, but it might be a bit difficult to ice. So if you want your cakes to be really like poofy, maybe put 3 in each tin, but only do 2 tins.
But also, if you have a different size tin, slightly different, like it's just kind of something you just have to find out yourself, the practice thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we almost always use these tins, so we don't really have to adjust our recipe. But if you
Okay.
have different size trays, you might want to just experiment. But if it's like 6, then 6-inch, and you want to do 3, then maybe just do 8 eggs because it's won't be too different.
So I might take it from here. A different angle in this situation.
So I've just done this. Yeah, you're doing great.
Then what we're going to do is we're going to pat them out a little bit, like spread them out with the
Yeah.
spatula.
I think this might be uneven.
And if you find one has got a significant amount more than the other, you can just lob them over.
So do you want to spread this out? Sure.
And then how long will we cook them for? How many ovens for?
It really depends on the temperature of your oven. I'll probably put these in for. I'll probably put them in for 10 minutes and then check them and see how they're going. They probably won't be done by then, but really you want them to cook until when you touch them, they bounce back and they don't like indent. Or if you insert a cocktail stick or a skewer, it comes out completely clean without any batter on it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's whatever.
I would say that cooking chocolate cakes is more difficult because you can't see the colour of the cake very easily. Or if you're making a vanilla cake, you can see when it's kind of getting there. You might want to put a little bit of this into there because I think that was the smallest and this was the biggest. We can cut some of those if you want.
Look at how far this can zoom in.
Just playing around with the camera.
So it's who can follow the spatula the best.
This is what I remembered. Our oven is a nonsense oven and needs water in a tray at the bottom so that the cakes don't burn.
How you wink with the perfect eye. Did you wink or blink? I was only zoomed in on one eye so I couldn't see. Oh, of course, because you can see this, so you can see me. Whoops. Somebody made an oopsie. This is just because our oven's terrible. You don't usually need to stick water in your oven.
Very nice.
Well done.
Thank you.
I thought that because I did this, you guys can see what I'm doing. Right.
Cool. Right, we can just put that to the side and we can chuck these in the oven. Our oven only holds enough space to put 2 of these, but we'll get them through and do the other ones in a minute. Then we're done.
Cool.
Okay, so this is the cake once it's done. We've stuck skewers into these and they've come out clean. Just a little piece of advice, before you put them on the cooling racks to completely cool, leave them in the tins for a little bit because otherwise when you try and get them out of the pan they're going to break because they'll be too soft. But then let them completely cool and then you can ice them.
So it was a fun recipe. It was easy to understand and easy to make. And I'll tell you how it tastes later because I'm not gonna eat in front of you guys again. Bye.
Bye.
See you next time.
not to crouch. And you'd be like, so we're gonna go check this over.
Daddy, I'm pushing it really like this.
Do you want? Oh.
No!
Just use your hands to pick it back up.
And my dad walked in and he was like, "Are you videoing?" And I had to delete everything.
I'm gonna get a blooper wheel then.
And you don't have to use a stand mixer. So tip it, tip it, tip it. So tip it, tip it, tip it. So tip it, tip it, tip it.